Welcome back to the Pawd. Today we have a Fresno State volleyball episode with Kiley Devery and Brooklyn Jenkins. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, you are both early enrollees, so tell us about the decision to start college early.
For me personally, so I committed a little bit later than Kiley did, but Lisa called me and she was like, hey, we would want you to graduate early. And I was like, okay, then did not expect that because it was kind of new still. And then when I talked to my mom, my mom was like, what? Why do you need to stay in high school? And I was like, you're right. So then I was like, let's go. I'm just going to go.
Did you have to take more classes over the summer? How did that go about?
So I transferred high schools, so my credits were already kind of messed up.
Okay.
But they kind of just did like a early transfer thing for me or something like that. My counselor did something to where I wouldn't have to, and I already did like my Spanish and like all those classes, so I didn't really have to do anything much. I still had an early release on. I did take an English class over the summer though. I think so. It wasn't bad though. It wasn't like I had a train. No.
So easy decision for you.
No. Or yes. Yes, it was. Easy decision.
And what about you?
I actually didn't even know that graduating early was a thing. And so I committed, I want to say July, going into my junior year of high school. And then my visit was that September. And I came here, got to hang out with the team. And then I had my meeting with Lisa. And she was like, this is a thing. Do you want to graduate early? You don't have to decide right now, but that's just an option for you. And I remember my parents were like, she can leave early? We were just now preparing ourselves for, the next 2 years with her, and now, that time could be getting cut short. But after, talking to them about it, talking to the coaches about it, and, I talked to you about it, too, I was just like, this is definitely the best thing that we could do for ourselves, as athletes, to be able to get into the gym, get into the weight room as well with our strength coach Jack. We've gotten so much stronger, built so much connection and culture this spring, so being able to get here and have those opportunities early and get kind of kick-started before fall comes when we're extremely busy all the time, it was definitely a no-brainer. This is what we should do, athlete-wise, opportunity-wise. It was just definitely a no-brainer. So,
and you had to miss prom. You got to go to prom, but talk about kind of missing out on that part of your senior year.
The way people have told me or asked me, how do you feel you're kind of still in high school but you're graduated? And I'm like, well, I was it's everything just starts earlier. The missing out on things or the reality of you stop talking to certain people or just normally how you don't talk to as many people you go for high school with or stuff like that. It all just kind of happens earlier. Yeah. And so yeah. I don't know.
I think it's a little bit hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Just missing out on. They have so many final activities for senior year.
Yeah.
Say a senior prank or senior assassin, if you've heard of that, spraying
or
each other
senior
with water
ditch day.
guns, right? Just little things that are senior traditions
that you get to miss out on.
Right, you do miss out on those. I still get to watch everything happen just because I am very close with everyone back home still, so I get to see on Instagram. They'll all post things. It is a little hard not being in those times with those people that I truly do love back home, but at the same time I think I've built such a home here that it doesn't feel like I'm necessarily missing out on a ton back home. So
and you're setting yourself up for success.
And our home it's different now because we're now in a this is such a home to us now that when we go home it's home and then our second home. And so we get two, and then our friends from home still talk to us, and I know you do too, so many support people being we're watching your games, all this stuff. So it's hard, but not hard at the same time because you're still watching from a distance, but it's better to be here.
Yeah.
So we were talking earlier about how being an early grad for volleyball is relatively new. why is it such a good opportunity that volleyball players should take? Because you are missing out on a lot where you were saying senior year is a big deal, so why was it worth it?
I would say it's worth it just because in the fall, like, it's going to be so busy. Like, you get straight into double days, lifting. You don't necessarily get to build a ton of strength in the fall just because of how much volleyball you're doing. But when you come in the spring, like, we go at it in the weight room. Like, our strength coach has gotten us so much stronger. I want to say all of our numbers have gone up drastically.
Yeah.
But not only that, but also getting to know, like, your teammates better playing style wise. We have a lot of time in the gym with 20 hours going on in the spring to be able to just, like, get to know our teammates and build connections with our setters. Like, I know we've built a really good connection with Gabby. Like, all of us hitters have this spring, and it's taken a while. Like, if we were to come in the fall and do that, it would be a lot harder. There would be a lot more right. There'd be a lot more stress, a lot more pressure to get that connection down quick. But coming in early and, like, having all of this time to be able to practice and get stronger and honestly learn, like, coaching styles too. Like, learn new ways to do skills that we already know from the coaches here. Like, I've changed so many things in my approach, like, hitting wise, that I probably wouldn't have been able to change as quickly if I hadn't done it this spring.
Or as well. Like, it would have been sped up and you would have, like, been, like, rushed to do it rather than you already knowing, like, or slowing it down and breaking it down. So then now it's, like, it fundamentally in you.
Yeah.
So
What was the hardest adjustment, you guys think? And it doesn't have to be just in the sport of volleyball. It could be in being in college in general. But
I think we've had a lot of, like, information thrown at us.
yes.
Like, I think that's probably been the hardest thing. And I think we've talked about that a couple times just, like, when we've been hanging out. But the amount of information that's been thrown at us this spring is so great. Like, we've learned so much. We've developed, like, a smarter
IQ.
playing style, like, things like that. But it's also been a lot, like, at times where the coaches will throw things at you and you just have to figure out how to kind of take all of it in, understand it, and then apply it too.
Yeah. And you're kind of like, I'm still supposed to be in high school. And then, like, but then you're like, they're making me better and everything's going to be okay. And there's some days where it's, like, really hard. Like, I remember my first 2 weeks, I probably cried twice because I was like, it's hard. But, like, all 3 of us or 4 of us are super strong in, like, the sense of, like, we work really hard. Like, our input to the program's, like, very helpful and all these things. But my first 2 weeks, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a different world. Like, our schedules is completely different. You literally have no free time. But, like, in the best way possible. And, like, when we play, like, practices are now 4 hours instead of 2 hours compared to, like, your normal high school or club. And so that was probably the hardest part, is just, like, how much we don't have free time as much. But it was a good thing too.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
So I want to hear a little bit about your past with volleyball. When did you start playing? You were both involved in club. How was the journey from when you started playing volleyball to now being D1?
So I did gymnastics for 9 years, so I found volleyball pretty late. I started when I was 13, I want to say. I went to a tryout, and they were like, you made the 3rd team for your club. So there's kind of, like, different, like, there's different teams based on how good you are, and then, like, the top team will travel further, whereas the other ones will be local. But I remember my first practice, they were like, okay, everyone go back and serve. And I could not get the ball over the net. Like, I was so bad. And so, like, I just didn't have any power, coordination, anything. But I think because I was so tall, they were like, let's just take a chance on her. Like,
that's what they do with most tall girls.
She's really good. Like, we can work with her. But, yeah, so I started 13s, and I loved it. Like, I was not good, but, like, I just had so much passion for it that I loved it. And then 14s, I was still on the 3rd team. 15s, I moved up to the 2nd team. 16s, I worked my way up to the 1st team. And then 16th season was recruiting season. So that was a big one. And I remember that year I was changing positions a lot. I actually used to be a middle. So I was a middle from 13s, 14s, and 15s, and then 16s year was my first year that they put me as right side, which is my position now that I play here. And I was like, this is scary because I'm not necessarily good at it yet, and this is the year that I need to be good at it to get like the attention that I needed to get recruited. But I had great coaches all throughout club, and I did end up getting recruited, so that was good. We survived that, the recruiting process. And then 17th year, I switched clubs, and I went to a club where I met some of my best friends. Like, I love them to death. They completely changed the way I play, honestly, just, like, with passion and, like, I mean, I met some of my best friends throughout club. Like, they have been so amazing. And then also, like, this past fall with my high school season, like, it was just one of the best times that I've ever had. And I think when everyone comes together to play what they love, like, you don't play volleyball if you don't love it. Like, it's just not something that you do if you don't have passion for it. And so when everyone on the team has the passion, it's just so fun to be around those people and then also be able to compete for, like, a common goal. So, club was rough starting off, but I definitely just found my home in volleyball. So,
what about you?
I started volleyball when I was 10, and I was playing other sports a little bit, and I would, like, dance on first base, and my mom was like, softball's not for you. And then basketball, my mom would catch me, like, just standing at the other end, and I was like, that's not for you either. You're tall, but we got to figure out what's for you. And so then I just kept playing volleyball. I played rec league for about, like, 1 or 2 years, and then I started club, and I was always the younger one on, like, older teams. And then I went to this one club, and he was like, we're going to keep you with your age because that's, like, what's best for you. So I always knew, like, older girls in club. But then once I stayed down my year, I started making friends within my own age. Then I just kept going up in club. Then recruiting years started happening, and I switched clubs, and then I went to another club. And this is when I stayed with my one club for about 4 years. And it was, like, the best decision ever. It was, like, really like a home family. They believed in me, and they really grew me into what I was supposed to be as a player. And I met my best friends there. And I played there for 4 years. I went through my recruiting process there. My recruiting process was not the best scenario for, like, you would think. But then I ended up here, so it obviously was. And then I transferred high schools, and my junior and senior year, I got state runner-up, and that was, like, the best. I think I've completely altered my mindset on volleyball within transferring in my club years and to, like, truly loving volleyball. And if you truly love volleyball, you will win. Like, that's the reality of it. And so I had great last 2 seasons, even though I got runner-up, but for my high school, and being on a team with those girls and girls that are all at different levels, and just really finding the passion, and led my passion to come here and want to win some championships here. And I think we both have that passion, and I think our freshman class really just wants to win. So,
Yeah, talk about the decision to come to Fresno State. What stood out to you?
The coaches, Jerome and Lisa, like, I would talk to them, and just the way they ran their program. I really liked the harsh coaching style of Lisa and Jerome and all of them, and the way that they're not just harsh, but they do it because they love you and they believe in you. And that was really, like, my main factor of why I chose Fresno. And when I came for my visit and my like camp and stuff, I was like, this really feels like a home. Like, Fresno feels like a home away from home. So
I came out here, we were actually both at
the
same camp
we were.
when we first came out here. But I remember, like, with the whole recruiting process, it starts on June 15th. So that's when you can first, like, actually have conversations with coaches. And I remember I had a conversation with Molly, who's now an alumni. She was on the coaching staff that year. And so I got to talk to her. I got to hear kind of not only, like, a coach standpoint, like, she had a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge volleyball-wise, but she also was on the team. So it was really cool to hear from, like, someone who had actually played for the coaches and with the girls. But then after that, I called Jerome, OJ, and I actually hadn't called Lisa yet before I came out here. But I had, like, heard about her, seen her all over the place, right? But I come out here, and I come to the camp, and I just loved everyone. Like, everyone was super inviting. The coaches were great at the camp. Like, the whole experience here was just good. And I remember, like, I mean, when you get recruited, you are at camps all summer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you go to
It's
camps
awful.
back to back to back. You could have 4 or 5 camps a day, like, or not a day, but, like, a week. But I remember, like, I got in the car after the camp here, and I was just like, Mom, like, I want to go there. Like, that is the school for me. Like, I felt like I had known almost. Like, I hadn't had an offer. I hadn't even talked to Lisa after the camp yet.
Yeah.
But I just kind of, like, knew. I was like, that is the place for me. Like, I want to go there. And then I want to say it was, like, a week later, I got back in contact with Lisa, and she called me, and 2 days later, I was like, yep, this is where I want to be. This is my future home. Those are my future parents here. Like, I just knew. So
Yeah.
it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of
They're
just
great.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have that feeling.
Yeah.
So you both are from out of state. You're from Arizona. You're from Iowa. Talk a little bit about the process of moving out to Fresno. How was that? How was getting away from home, coming over here, having roommates, all that?
So, one could say I'm a little high maintenance. And I brought a U-Haul.
Okay.
So, like, all the other girls, they, like, flew in or, like, whatever. Andy's even, like, an hour away. She did not bring a U-Haul. And my mom, before I came, I was like, Mom, I have to bring this mirror. It's a huge mirror. I already told my roommates. It's really cute for our apartment. And so we brought out like a U-Haul, and I come in, and all the coaches are, like, standing. Everyone's standing around, like, Palazzo's little area, and I'm, like, pulling up my U-Haul, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, Mom. I was like, what did I do? And then we moved in, but no one was back yet because from, like, break yet. So, or at least in my apartment. Was anyone in?
No.
Okay, yeah. So no one was in my apartment for about, like, 2 days. So I got to, like, move in, and, like, my parents helped, and we cleaned the apartment, and the move-in was really easy. The drive is about 9 hours, so it wasn't bad at all. Well, I also didn't drive, but yeah, it was pretty easy to move in, and Plazos is really easy to, like, work with and just move stuff in, and yeah.
Yeah. I flew, so we had to be here, I want to say it was January 15th? Somewhere around there, like middle of January.
11th, I think. I don't know.
Something
Anyways.
It's impressive you guys remember
Yeah.
the dates.
Yeah, it was, I just know it was middle of January.
Yeah.
But I brought, like, 5 suitcases, and we flew in. It was me, my mom, and my dad, and they stayed for, I want to say, like, 5 days. But we got here, went to Walmart, spent some money.
Yeah. I remember I'd call her, she'd be like, I'm still at Walmart.
Like, we
gosh.
went shopping for, like, literally an entire day, and I was just so done. But, which, I'm a shopper. Like,
Yeah.
I love that, and I was overstimulated. But, yeah, so I brought, like, literally 5 suitcases just packed. We used, like, a vacuum sealer. Like, I got everything I could in there. But flew in. The coaches were great. They were right there when we got here.
Oh,
Like,
they were right there.
right here. We got to say hi. Saw Brooke, Andy, Jess. I met Jess for the first time.
Yeah, we
then.
didn't, yeah.
Yeah, and then moved all of our stuff in. And then, yeah. I mean, honestly, it was pretty easy. It was nice
easy.
because Palazzo, it was fully furnished. So,
Yeah.
like, we had a
that's
bed, we
nice.
had a dresser. We didn't have to worry about that.
No.
So,
All we really had to do was, like, clean it and then just
Right.
put everything
right.
in.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy move. Yeah.
And you have an Iowa connection. You're going to live with the other 2 Iowa girls. So
Yes.
talk about how maybe that makes you feel a little bit more at home.
Yeah, I think it's funny because what makes me feel at home around them is, like, talking about the things that we have back home that nobody else relates
Like
to
what?
here. Honestly, something that's, like, current is May Day. Like, do you know what May Day
No.
is?
No.
You've never heard of that?
No.
So, back in Iowa, like, on May 1st, you make little goodie baskets, like, with little candy and stuff, And this is like when you're kids. You don't really do it when you're older. But you go around your neighborhood and you put these Mayday baskets on like your neighbor's doorstep and you ring the door and you run away.
You want to know something so funny? So me and Kiley, so we do one-on-ones for our teams, like to get to know everyone and like hang out, or like not forced, but like we honestly, it has nothing to do with coaches, like just us girls, like whatever. Yeah. Me and Kiley decide to go see a movie and we're getting popcorn, and you know how you can like press the butter to like put as much butter as you want. Kiley goes, "What the heck? I didn't know we could, we don't have this in Iowa." And she's like pressing the butter, holding it down. Like, and I was like,
as much as
you
want.
didn't know that you could put butter on your popcorn? And she's like, "This is crazy." Okay, Iowa.
Yeah. Well, apparently Gabby and Liv have the movie theaters. They're like 2 hours from me. So they're from Des Moines and I'm from Iowa City. Mm-hmm. But they have movie theaters that let you put your own butter on. But all the movie theaters in Iowa City, you don't get to put your own butter on your popcorn.
Really?
Yeah.
Rigged.
And I love butter on my popcorn. Like,
no, literally, she's like,
I love
like
it.
a kid in the candy store.
I was like so amazed. I was like taking a video.
I have a picture of her and she's like.
But yeah, like it's funny being able to talk about not only like places that we have in Iowa, but like also people that we know. Like, just some of the girls on like the Iowa volleyball team that Liv is like super good friends with. Their athletic trainer at Iowa, like I know him really well. Okay. Like just like random people and things that we know that are kind of like mysteries to other people.
Like we have no idea they're talking. We're like, I have no idea you're saying.
Or like a Hy-Vee. Like, do you guys know what Hy-Vee is?
No.
Oh my gosh, best grocery store ever. But like, yeah, it's a grocery store in like the Midwest, I guess. But like, I love Hy-Vee, and that everyone here is like, I don't know what that is.
I never heard of it.
Yeah. But it's funny. So yeah.
The closest thing, do they have Buc-ee's there? Is that a Midwest thing? No, that's what is Buc-ee's? It's like just
Midwest.
the center.
It is Midwest. It's because I know they have it in Nebraska, I want to say.
Okay.
But wait, I could be lying. I've never been.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like confused on where Buc-ee's like starts and stops.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a West Coast thing. I guess it's not a Midwest thing. It's not really a Southern thing. I don't know. I live in Colorado, so I don't know.
I've never been.
You've never been to a Buc-ee's?
No.
Nope.
Oh,
Neither has she.
Neither have you? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know where those are.
Okay, never mind. But
that's how it feels, though.
I know, right? I'm like, I
all
love
these
Buc-ee's.
places, and then nobody knows what they are. And I'm like,
okay, I don't know if I don't think Fresno has this, but like a Peter Piper pizza. No. See, now I feel crazy.
But you know what? Arizona does have Swig.
Yeah,
and
well,
I love
now
Swig.
It's like new there. I feel like from like my area, they added one. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love Swig. Have you ever been to a Swig? No. When you play Utah State,
go to Swig.
Make sure you guys go to Swig. I think they have one in Boise now too, so there'll be options. Yes. But you guys will love Swig. But okay, so I think Lisa told me you guys were reading the Let Them Theory as a team. Mm-hmm. So I love that book. So just let us know what your key takeaways have been.
Okay. I really, really love that book. I think it was super good for us all to read it like as a team, just to be able to like establish kind of the things that we learn in there as a culture. Mm-hmm. But we learned like how outside things can affect you so easily. Mm-hmm. And I think as we read that and we read the examples that she talked about in the book, it was easy for us to kind of look at our own lives and be like, how is this affecting me when it doesn't need to? And so some of the key things we talked about were like when a ref makes a bad call, like we cannot do anything about that. Like, yes, we could challenge it, but we can't really do anything. Mm-hmm. And so why would we let that affect us? And so like letting the ref make the call and letting us continue to play how we have been playing and not let it affect us mentally. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but just like little things like that culture-wise too. Like how can we not let outside factors affect us as a team and affect how we play. Like the other team can do anything they want. The stands can do whatever they want, but us as a team, like we're going to let them.
Yeah.
Like we're going to let them do what they do. We're going to let them heckle us, make bad calls, just little things like that. But as a team, like we're going to let ourselves be who we are.
Yeah.
And I think going off of like the book, this past week we talked about making a personal let me statement, and so we're all going to have kind of like a not like a quote, but like a
let
little...
Let me blank.
Right. Like
Okay.
a let me...
Yeah.
Like what we're going to do.
And so we've all kind of been thinking about that and make your own let me statement. And then we're going to have that probably posted somewhere.
It's going to be posted
Eventually.
somewhere.
They'll
Yeah.
post it somewhere. But yeah, so I think not only has it helped us to like see in our lives how we let other things affect us, but like we're also learning how we can let ourselves control situations.
Yeah. I also think it just also helps us as human beings, not just volleyball players, but the more like off the court too, like just as humans. And I think it helped us so much as early grads. Like we can't control everything. Like if anything, right now we are being controlled. And so like letting the control go away, and just also as like teammates and best friends off the court, how our relationships go with like just letting them, or like relationships with our family and whatever, just all these outside factors that are trying to bring us down, just how we let them. And I think it helped us so much just to see everyone's opinions and talk about it, have conversations. And I think it really brought us together as a team and our culture for sure.
Yeah.
And what about this culture do you think made it so easy for you guys to just slide in seamlessly?
I don't think it was, okay. I do think it was built, like there was the people here were the people who were firing it up, but I think once we got here is really when the culture started like coming together.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so.
I think when we first got here, the people
Wanted change.
And they knew what they wanted, and I think our views aligned with that as well. Like we kind of all just wanted the best for our team, and we wanted to do things in a way that let everyone do their own thing, but also like when we're in the gym, like we are all seeing eye to eye.
Yeah.
And so I think honestly using that book was probably what helped us to create our culture. But I think ever since we got here, it has been something we've had to work at. Like different times just being like, hey, this is not what we want. Like we saw this just happen, and let's maybe not do that anymore. Like maybe that's not what's best for our team. And
it's not anything personal. It's just what is best for our team. And I think whatever like factors that come in, like we are all mature enough to handle those. And I think we have good leaders on our team, and everyone at some point is a good leader on our team. And that's the main part, is no one's really has stepped back and be like, don't care. You know, everyone cares and everyone wants to contribute to the team. And I think that's like a huge factor because everyone cares. And I think I think our love, or everyone else like individual love, has come together to like show that like we want to like win and we want to be better, and there's no way we're gonna be better if we don't have a good culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So right now, what are you most looking forward to into your first collegiate season?
I think honestly, I'm looking forward to like just competing. Like we've gotten a glimpse of competing with our spring tournaments and scrimmages and whatnot, and we've done a bunch of competing at practice with little competitions that we'll do. But I'm just really looking forward to like really competing. Like,
I agree.
And it mattering. Like yes, the spring matters so much, but it's more of a where are we at, and kind of like seeing
rather than we are already here, like we need to do it now.
So I'm excited to compete in the fall and just be able to go at it all the time.
I would say the same thing. I'm ready to compete and win, and just really bring everything that we said together into this fall, and just really just be awesome.
All right, ladies, well, thanks for sitting down with us today,
Of course. Thank you for having us.
and we'll see you next time on the pod.